Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany and I'm challenging myself to read 5 graphic novels in 24 hours.
It's Brittany, bitch.
As you all know, I'm completely insane and for some reason, I decided to do this. So here's the full story. I've been reading ARCs the past 3 weeks, so I've been neglecting my library books, which just keep coming in, and a lot of them need to be returned. And then I realized I had 5 graphic novels from the library, and I was like, why don't I just try to read all of them in one day? What could go wrong? I'm trying this on a Sunday, and as we all know, I don't really read on the weekends that much, but I'm forcing myself to do it. Because if I can read 5 of them, that means I get 5 down, so out of my 21 library books, I'll have 16 left. So let's get started. One of the books I'll be reading is Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me. And as far as I know, this book is about Laura Dean and Freddie. And Freddie is our main character and Laura Dean is her girlfriend and Laura Dean just keeps breaking up with her. And Laura Dean is just continuing to be shitty as fuck. Laura Dean is very popular, whereas Freddie is not, so I'm not sure if that's a big part of the book, but I know a lot of people have recommended this novel, and it's very popular, and the art style is gorgeous. Take a look. So that's one of the books I'm reading for this. It's almost 300 pages, like 280 something pages. That's actually a lot more than I thought it was. Actually, almost all these books are a lot bigger than I thought they were when I requested them, so oops. The next book I'm reading is Bloom, which as I know is a gay romance about a boy named Ari who wants to go off and live in the city with his band and make a life for himself there, but whenever he's trying to find a replacement for him at the bakery for his parents, he meets Hector, I believe, and I guess they fall in love. I don't really know too much about this. I just want to know the basic premise before I go in, and again, I love graphic novels do this. This one is all blue. I love that stylistic choice. And this bad boy looks to be almost 350 pages. Why did I think I could do this? But anyway, the cover art is gorgeous. The inside art is gorgeous. What? Is gorgeous. So I'm hoping the story is also gorgeous. So I didn't realize I actually had 2 LGBT novels, so surprise! The next graphic novel I'm gonna be reading is Uzumaki. And this is a very popular graphic novel that is actually a horror novel. And it's basically about this small little cursed town in Japan that is literally being haunted by the Uzumaki, which is like a haunted spiral. It says, fall into a whirlpool of terror. This is a very chunky boy, naturally. And I think it's really cool whenever you get a lot of Japanese books is that they start on the right side and end on the left because they read right to left. This seems to be all black and white and it's horror. So I kind of didn't expect anything other than that. But you know what's really weird is that these inner covers are really colorful. Okay, now we're setting a tone here. Let me see how many pages this bitch is. There's not even pages. Oh my God, it's over 630 pages. Oh my God, why did I think I could do? I have to finish it. Okay, so I started technically doing this last night at 7 p.m. So I figured I have until 7 p.m. today to read all these books. There's 2 more I haven't mentioned, but I have finished those books already. But I decided to start it last night after I finished one of my arcs and I just had the idea to pick up the books and just keep going. So the one I picked up was Fangs, and this apparently was Claire's staff pick at Cherry Hills Library. Why can't I get this thing to focus? There it is. Claire's staff pick, Cherry Hills Library. And I'm not gonna lie, I freaking loved this book. I finished this pretty quickly. It's not very long. It's, oh my God, it's literally 100 pages. It's pretty short, but I love this book. It's in black and white, and it's about a werewolf and a vampire falling in love. We have Elsie and Jimmy, and they fall for each other. And it's not like a complete story, but it's basically like little snippets of their life together as a couple. And the thing about them as a couple just makes me want to read more and more about them. So I honestly think I'm gonna give this a 4.5, which is like kind of intense, but I really loved this book. And I know I got the idea to read this from Katie Colson, who got the idea from Books with Chloe, and they both loved it too. And I'm not gonna lie, I love this book. And I'm probably gonna put it on my book wish list because I just really loved it and I would read anything with these characters in it. The other book that I already read is Sheets, and this is another very popular one on BookTube. And I was kind of surprised because I didn't really know what to expect because I literally didn't know anything other than it has a ghost, like a ghost friend. And here is the inside. I love the colors. They're some of my favorite colors in here. It's beautiful. And I love the way the ghosts are drawn. I'm not sure I'm gonna rate it yet. I'm honestly feeling like maybe like a 3 something. I think it was a good novel and I really enjoyed it and I would definitely read the sequel. I just understand some of the character motivations and I really didn't like the way that the people were drawn. Like, everyone's faces are just so sad and like long and elongated and like weird. I don't know, everyone's supposed to be like sad and depressed looking. Like the whole thing is just almost like too sad. Like there's nothing like, even like the end wasn't like super heartwarming. Like I was definitely not expecting that. That's the big difference between this book and this book, is that this book really felt like a comforting hug and I loved it and it just made me feel so happy and I want to know more about them. And this one made me sad and depressed and lonely. I just felt really bad for all the characters and yeah, it just didn't hit that note for me. I do love the art in this one as well though, and I loved the ghost world. Like I would love to know more about this ghost world and this ghost world rules. Like I would read just about that. I love those scenes in the ghost world with all the ghosties. So that was definitely the biggest highlight of this book. I should understand some of the character things, like why is this evil dude trying to ruin their laundromat? Like I just don't understand his motivation. He just likes to sit and do yoga and meditate all day and then he wants to destroy their laundromat. So I think I already read the 2 shortest ones to get through them pretty quickly. And then I think I'm gonna start with Laura Dean, which is the next one that is the 3rd biggest. And then I'm gonna go on to Bloom. And then I'm gonna finish with Uzumaki. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get to it by 7 p.m. tonight. I might go over my 24 hours, surprise, but at least if I can finish them all tonight, at least by like when I go to bed, which is usually around like 10:30 tonight, I'm gonna count it as pretty successful. So that's my goal, because then I got literally 5 books done in like 8 hours. I mean, that's pretty impressive. I have a lot of errands and stuff to run today, so I'm gonna run those errands and I'm gonna bring Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me so I can read it and try to get a little bit farther into it. And then when I come back from running all my errands, I'm going to prepare like our fruit and our coffee and stuff for the week and our dinner for tonight. I have to marinate some chicken, so I'll show you that. And then we'll see how much reading I can get done today. Okay, so I'm off to go run some errands this morning and I'm gonna go to Dutch Bros. I'm probably gonna get a Rebel, which I have not done in a very long time, but I get coffee there all the time and I'm really feeling the Rebel, which is basically like, I think of Red Bull mixed with like syrups. I don't know. It just sounds really bomb. I'm a little worried though, because I usually don't have that much caffeine like ever, but when I've had them before, they're usually fine, but I usually need to eat something and I usually don't eat in the morning. So that's my other issue. Like, I don't know what to eat. I don't know, but I'm gonna go to Dutch Bros and then I'm planning to run my car right through the car wash right next to it, because it is disgusting, because it's very dusty here, like very dusty, and then it'll rain for 30 minutes and then it just sticks on your car and it's nasty. And then I'm gonna go pick up my favorite coffee from my favorite coffee place. Their beans are just like excellent, so I'm gonna go get 2 bags of those, and then I'm gonna go to Lowe's and get some Planties, and I'm gonna go to Trader Joe's and do my shopping. I'm not sure in what order I'm gonna do all that yet, but that's gonna have to happen today. And I also brought Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me, and I'm 108 pages in. So hopefully if I'm staying at Dutch Bros or the car wash, I can read a couple pages. And I mean, even if it's 10 pages, you still read 10 pages. And to me, that still counts. So I still bring a book with me pretty much everywhere. So let's go. Okay, quick update. I just finished Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me, and Laura Dean is such a fucking bitch. Like, I cannot stand people that just stay in abusive relationships. I feel so bad for Freddie, like so bad. But I really like the way that this book ended. I think it had a great resolution, but it was really frustrating having to watch Freddie go through this, because I just had so many of those friends that as soon as they get a partner, they just turn into like a different person and become like a really shitty friend and never show up for you because they always drop everything for this other person that always ends up treating them like fucking shit. It is so frustrating. If you can tell, this really hit a nerve for me. I'm feeling like so far this is probably a good 4-star for me. I really enjoyed it, but it wasn't my favorite thing on the planet. I really enjoyed the art style, and I really just dig these books that do a couple colors. I love the black and the white and the rose pink. It just kind of works for me. I think it's super cute. Love the art style. Definitely would recommend. I think I'm gonna give it around 4 stars. So if you saw my last video about catching up on ARCs, we only had the plant stand, which I have been adding. I've been adding many more plants to. As you can tell, we just got this set in for my mom. My mom sent me an early birthday present, so we put these together for fucking like 3 hours yesterday. They look amazing and they're very comfortable, and I have a great view when I sit down. I mean, I guess there's bars, but to me, especially when this is a beautiful sunny day, it is just gorgeous. And we don't get a whole lot of sun back here, so it's a lot less hot than it is at the sun. And there's little plants. This one's my favorites. Look at this gorgeous bitch. Okay, so it's 6:30, so I'm 30 minutes away from my original timeline, and it's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna tell you I'll get to this. I will not get finished this book because I haven't even started it. I'm only 135 pages into Bloom. So could I finish this 350 page book in the next half an hour? I can try, and I think I'm going to do it. But Uzumaki, I think, is going to have to wait for another vlog. Oh, Kalinka is joining us. Hello. It's just not gonna happen. So we're gonna make dinner, and then I'll give you my final thoughts on Bloom. Also, for some reason, we're drinking coffee at 6:30 at night.
조용하게 음악을 틀어 이 노래가 혹시 너에게 방해가 될까봐 나는 조심하는 중이야 될까봐 나는 조심하는 중이야 내 어릴 적 꿈과 날 사랑한 사람 수 없는 별 아래 그림 같은 섬 하지만 이제 나 잘못된
Okay, guess what? I actually finished reading Bloom at exactly 7 o'clock, which is freaking weird, but I was cooking dinner, I looked up, and I finished it, and it was exactly 7. So I did finish a whole 4 graphic novels in one 24-hour period, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty impressed with myself because that's still a lot of reading I did, a lot of hours invested, and I have 4 books done. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna get to Uzumaki, and it's just not gonna happen during this time period. I'm probably gonna read it at a later time and put it in a different video. But it's obviously still gonna happen. I've really wanted to do this for a long time, and it's just really chunky. So maybe I'll even devote this book to its own video. So let me know if you'd like to see that. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna rate all 4 books that I read during this time period. And the first one for me is Fangs. Fangs comes in at number 1, and I'm gonna rate this 4.5 stars. I really loved this. I loved the characters. I just wish it was longer. That's my biggest complaint. I wish it was longer. And the second highest rated one, I think is gonna be Bloom. And I think it's gonna be like 4.25 stars. I really liked this novel. I really enjoyed it. I loved the relationship between our 2 male characters. And I loved the theme of the bakery. Like, I love baking, and it's very wholesome and very sweet. And it definitely had a lot of like real life issues inside this, and it just turned out the way I wanted. It really did. I love it. I thought it was amazing, and I was really happy I picked this one up. Again, also one of my favorite colors. I love like this teal color. So, and the art style was so cute. I just love them together too. Their names are Ari and Hector, if I didn't already say that. Next up in 3rd place is Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me. And I think I'm gonna give this just a nice solid 4 stars. I really enjoyed this, and I really liked a lot of the themes and the topics in this novel, but I really have a hard time with abusive relationships. I just find them so frustrating because I've had so many friends like a Freddie, and Freddie obviously, like, you know, goes through her own character arc, but it was just still so frustrating for me at so many times to go through this. But also the art definitely made up for it. Like, I loved the art, but sometimes it also was a little bit confusing. So for me, this just definitely was a little bit of a step down from Bloom in terms of my enjoyment. And in fourth place, we have Sheets. I thought this was really quirky and sweet. It was just a little bit too sad. You know, unfortunately, it made me very somber and like kind of depressed and sad while reading this. And I think for me, I really like wholesome, sweet graphic novels. I like graphic novels that make me smile or terrify me, maybe. I like the terrifying and grotesque or the really sweet. This just made me really sad, and I felt really bad for the characters, and I wanted to know more about the ghost world, and my heart was kind of ripped out for these characters, so maybe this is a 3.5, 3.25, I'm not 100% sure yet, but it definitely was my least favorite out of the bunch just because a lot of the character developments and stuff didn't always make sense, but I really liked the ghosts, and I loved her ghost friend Wendell, and it was just so sweet in that sense. But a lot of it just didn't make sense, and it just kind of lost my interest at some point. So it's definitely getting the lowest of the ratings. Thank you so much for joining me for this very impromptu reading vlog I just decided to do last minute, so I'm really sorry if it was shitty. I don't know, it probably was, and I am just gonna apologize. Well, it's not in advance because you already watched the whole video if you're at this point, so sorry about that. But I'll see you next time. Like, subscribe, join the tribe. Talk to you guys later. Bye.